Hey guys, welcome to Daily Bible Study. We're so glad that you decided to join us today. I am outside in the van, enjoying the last remaining part of this afternoon here on Monday, and I just wanted to encourage you today in our reading. Our chapters today are 1 Kings 19 through 21, and we're primarily going to look at chapter 19, and we're going to look at what God does for Elijah in his moment of depression. If you read this story and the events leading up to this story, you know that he has had an incredible moment on Mount Carmel, and at this point he has to flee because of Jezebel's threat to him, and he gets discouraged. But in his discouragement, it takes him from where he was ministering to having to retreat and go away, and he gets so low that he asks God to kill him. Now that's a very intense up and down moment in Elijah's life, and it's a story that we have talked about many times, but it's an important story to remember because of what God does for him. God provides bread for him in the wilderness. God speaks to him on the mountain, and God gives him a vision for the future. And that should encourage you tonight. It does me when I think about moments where I have, been on the proverbial cloud nine and just so over the top, overjoyed about what God was doing, to then be in moments where I was depressed and I felt like everything was coming against me and that nothing was working out the way that I wanted it to. In those moments, God has always provided for me what I needed. And that often comes to us through His Word, where He speaks to us through His Word. It also comes through times of worship. I was talking to one of my members today who was reminding me of that fact, and it was an encouragement to me that even in times of depression and anxiety and pain and sorrow, God speaks to us through those times of worship, and they're victorious, right? And so in Elijah's moment, in his experience of depression, God gives him bread on the mountain. God is a voice to him, right? He gives him bread in the wilderness. He's a voice to him on the mountain. And he's also gives him a vision for the future. So how does God do that in our lives? God reminds us of what He has put in our heart to accomplish. See, the enemy wants us to get discouraged in these moments and to give up. And it even happens to a prophet as great as Elijah, who gets so discouraged that he feels like he needs to go away, and he asks God to kill him. So whatever you're going through today, if you understand that God loves you and that God is still moving in your life, would you reach out to Him today? The Lord not only will provide for you what you need in His Word, He will speak to you where you're at, and He will continue to give you a vision for the future. The end is not here, my friend. We are just continuing, and we will continue to follow Him. So we love you guys. Be encouraged today. Stay with us this week, okay?